Glory.
Every time I create a video or talk about narcissism, I always have people in the comments asking, wait, maybe I'm a narcissist.
No.
Today we're going to dig into, are you a narcissist? What are the traits and how can you know if this is something you're struggling with?
No further links. What the fuck?
If you're new here and you'd like to subscribe, we would love to have you. I'm Katie Morton. I'm a licensed marriage and family therapist, and I talk about all things mental health related, whether it's narcissism, eating disorders, depression, anxiety, and everything in between. Hopefully you'll learn something new and have some helpful tips that you can apply to your life today. When it comes to narcissism, it's important to know that someone who is a narcissist has what's called narcissistic personality disorder. And I have an older video I will link below. I'll walk you through all the diagnostic criteria because it's important to know that people can have narcissistic traits without having full-blown narcissistic personality disorder. Just like the same way that I can have some symptoms of anxiety, let's say, without having a diagnosis of generalized anxiety disorder, right? We can have some of the traits, but not have the full-blown disorder. So today I'm gonna walk you through some of the most common traits of a narcissist so you can see if any of it lines up with what you're going through or maybe someone in your life is going through. And if you think any of these traits apply to you, it's really important to see a professional to get properly diagnosed. Don't think of this video as a way to diagnose or undiagnose yourself. It's really important that you see a professional to get proper treatment. The first trait of someone who's a narcissist is superiority. And this pretty much means that they think that they do things better, they are better than everybody else around them. And if you happen to do something...
But what if someone is objectively better at things? Is he still a narcissist for thinking that he is? That's a fair question.
They don't approve of, or point out something in their life. Let's say you walk into their house and you're like, oh, I think that could be a blue wall instead of that. They will burn it down. They can they can talk trash about you. They can tell other people about how bad you are. They can unleash rage on you. Anything to kind of make you go away or look like discredit you.
Just put that thought out there
so that they can continue upholding this facade of superiority. The next trait is entitlement, which I feel like rolls nicely off of superiority, but people with narcissistic tendencies will feel entitled to your respect, whether or not they've earned it. They'll also feel entitled to an apology because you're completely in the wrong. They're not in the wrong at all.
Nothing like me.
Entitled to maybe a raise,
you can say sorry now,
position, or to your seat on a plane. Someone with narcissistic tendencies will feel this sense of entitlement throughout their entire lives. The third trait, most common, is need for attention. I'm going to reference my notes because I don't want to forget any of this. Weddings, other people's birthdays, any big successes for people that are in the narcissist's life will be incredibly difficult for them, and they will do anything they can to turn that attention
Let me just check my notes here.
Because they can struggle to not be the full focus of a day or an event. When someone who's a narcissist doesn't get the center of attention, they can pick a fight. They can talk over the person who's, let's say it's their birthday and they're going to give a toast. They're going to stand up at the same time and try to talk over them to get the attention back. They might put somebody down. They can start a fight with other people or cause some other kind of drama, anything to shift the focus towards them and away from the person who's supposed to be the center of attention. The next trait that a narcissist can have is a
talking
need
over
for
her.
control. And the reason for this intense need is because they want to keep this facade up, right, of being perfect and superior.
Absolutely retarded.
And if they don't have full control, they can't do that. And so they'll use a lot of different forms of manipulation. One of those being gaslighting, right? You're not remembering it correctly. That's not what happened. Or love bombing, when they shower us with attention and affection. They can make it confusing. We can think, you know, but they are a great
that's
person.
Not me.
And
I never shower you guys in
affection.
affection.
To get us to do what they want. And if that doesn't work, then they bring in what a lot of people online call the flying monkeys, which is essentially people who participate in their smear campaigns. These will be kind of what I would call casual people in their lives that haven't realized who they are yet, but they will listen to their side, agree with them, and then participate in shaming and blaming other people for the issue.
All right. I hope you learned your lesson, chat.